Hey, hi everyone. Shoaib here. So we are going to practice today on volumes that we are going to continue here. Okay. So let's go to the assignment first. Let's have a look at the assignment. So this is the assignment for assignment number 3 for volumes, and this is a problem statement. An application code requires access to a configuration file and a database credential at runtime. Rather than hard coding these values, your task is to supply via config map and a secret port mounted as file inside the same pod. So our very first task is to create a namespace, and like we always do, we should be checking for the config. Okay, so which what is the cluster context right now? Okay, so right now we only have one. In the actual examination, there can be multiple clusters, so we need to be very sure if we are in the right cluster or not. So let's quickly create namespace now. Okay, namespace is created. What next? Now we need to create a config map, and these are the values that we need to create. Name of the config map is app config and app.conf. So we'll click over here. We'll go to data document. Okay, config map. All right. In the config map, this is what we want. Okay, so that's the only section. And remember that we need to pass it as kind of properties. So like a file content. Okay, not like a key value there. As per se. So we will go here. Okay. So in the data, we need to have it from your page. Open your website. So tendency. So we need a, this one. Name should be app pointer, but the key should be app.conf. Okay. So let's paste. Okay. Then we need to have a pipe symbol and we can continue like it's how it's shown here. Okay. So we take all these, paste it here. Okay, let's try if I remember it right or not. So click on escape, enter visual mode, select all the lines, and then you need to click on shift and greater than sign. Yeah, once now. So visual mode, shift and greater than sign. Yeah, all good. So let's save it. Oh no, 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 still some pending there. We have to give it a nice name, app config. Okay. We need to give right namespace -03. Okay. Save. Apply -f cm YAML to get cm -n -03. All right. So always in examination we should verify they're getting tuned right up. So -m app config. Okay. If you want to check the values, go for -o and yeah, that's what we're having. So good, task is done. Now we integrate the secret. We can use YAML, but for secrets or any sensitive information, it's always better to avoid YAML because in that case you need to check the files in the Git, okay, in your get solution, and then you have to do some things like replace tokens, etc. in the actual environment. So rather, let's pass it as a command in imperative way. So I don't remember any commands. Let's see. Secret. Does it give anything about? So we need an opaque secret, okay? But how to do it? How to do it? How to do it? Doesn't matter. So let's do one thing. So we'll use this K secret and hyphen L. We don't know anything about it. Not sure. K, I guess create secret. Yeah, that's the one. We need a generic secret, okay? And if we need a generic secret, generic, let's see. All right. So we need what is that? We need this one from little key and value. That is what we want. So again, and this is namespace. So hyphen n ns03 and then hyphen from always copy and paste from little, and what is the little? Key is called db password. Okay, equal to sign and your password. I think it's gonna, you don't need to base 60 for info, it should do it automatically. So let's see if I'm thinking it right. Okay, let's see. We will confirm it. So KPLNS, everything given. Hmm. Exactly one name is required, got zero names. Oh, sorry. Name of the secret. Will be secret. Okay. Okay. Same thing. Okay. K get secret hyphen n and a 03 hyphen o YAML. Okay. One thing to note, guys, secrets are not actually encrypted. This is encoding. This is not encrypting. Okay. So always encrypt your secrets using a different solution of CSI, not CSI. For encryption, we have like a key vault and a HashiCorp vault, etc. So use that. Do not rely on secrets. If you are using only secrets, then you need to have a proper RBAC in place. Hyphen N is just for yeah. Okay. So we need at least 64 base 64. Yeah, that is what we want. So we are good here. Secrets are ready. Okay, pod with both volumes mounted. You know about the pod, okay? Okay, run. Name of the pod is Karen pod. Karen pod and the name. Okay, hyphen image. Okay, hyphen n ns03 and okay. So for command you have to give it like this. So command and then you have to give command. So the command is v and please let's give it time as it is. You can change it later. On the for hyphen n ns03 dot. So the problem, right? Its name should be for, not it should. name should be something for. And instead of creating, let's actually do something else. Hyphen piano, hyphen drive, hyphen drive equal to line. Okay, output equal to dot line. Okay, then dot line. Much better. It is much better. So this should go here. And the form this and that. So now we need to have a look at the volumes. Sorry, mounting secrets. We could have seen that manager secrets using this today. This is what we want. Configure. Remember, volumes are inside pod specification. Here, we don't want this line. Name of the secret. Secret. Let's get the same name. Now we need to mount the secret as the UW. It's better to have it as UW. Okay. And remember, volume mounts are inside the container. What did I do? Okay, volume mounts are inside the container. So it should be in container specification right here. Okay, volume mount. Path should be given. Mount path is DB secret. Let's keep it as it is. What next? Config map should also be mounted. So we do that. We need this. Exact same kind of configuration. So here in the volume section, hmm. No, I have config map. We need to mount it as a file. Okay. So and for module mounting, we have this section. You can mount it, we don't need a problem. Great. I think everything looks good. Previously, we got an issue while I was working on it. Let's see if this thing can develop. So, did I mention? I did not. Let's say maybe our namespace is mentioned here. So, save. Okay, apply hyphen for Yes, this is our hmm. Unknown field spec volumes and within volumes and sources. Yeah, definitely that sounds wrong. There is no resources in volume section. So I'm doing something wrong. Of course. Resources belong to container specification, not all. So this is the line. It will take the formula. This should be right. And it's running. Great. So our pod is also ready. Now we need to verify. Then check into the pod and then have a look at this. The file exists and contains the correct configuration content. So J, let's say hyphen ID, config pod, hyphen N, NX03, hyphen hyphen, and I guess slash bin slash sh. Get in. So cat, let's do that. Yeah, perfect. See, EMU production, level info, that is what we wanted. And let's add the password and see what's there. Right. Password is also correct. Also verify some of the other things. So there are some things, let's see. Whenever the difference between a mounting of a secret and config map is that both are getting mounted inside the container. However, when you mount a secret, it should be mounted as a temporary volume. Okay, it's never stored on disk inside the host. It is always in the RAM. That is why it's in a temporary FS. When the container restarts, secrets are remounted again, but it never goes to disk. So that is what we want to check now. So we need to inspect the file system of the secret now. Okay, so we go here, paste the command. Perfect. So this is on temporary file system. Okay. If we do df-h, let's see. This is C. That's what I'm saying. App config goes to the actual correct path where it gets mounted on a disk. Okay. So it gets saved on a disk, but for secrets it doesn't get there. So it's temporary effort. Bonus challenge. Update the config maps log level value from info to debug without recreating the pod. Wait a moment, then exec into the pod again and check whether the app config reflects the updated value automatically. Does the secret update the same way? Let's see. So we need to do what? Update the config maps log level value from this without recreating the pod. Mhm. Yeah, let's try. So log level goes from info to debug. So live hyphen f cm.yaml. Okay, now we get that again. Wow, it got changed. Log level did set to debug. Why? So let's see, do you have anything mentioned in the document? So, map. try this. Let's try a defeated. Edited. Let's go into the font. Yeah, so it is also updated. So it does work. Right. By the way, this will not work if it is mounted as a environment variable. Since you're mounting it as a file, it's working. Because behind the scenes, the API server is responsible for watching all the changes. And since it is mounted, it doesn't need a restart. It will always update the values. That is the reason for this. And yeah, we are done with our assignment. So thank you so much for watching.